So I thought it was really important to bring him in, kind of share some knowledge to you guys as well, maybe tell you a couple of things about me when I was younger, when I was you guys' age, and I'm much more mature individual these days. But without further ado, I want you guys to meet Khari Roulhac, right? So you guys can sit right here and he'll talk to you guys.
Yeah, just circle up is fine. Circle up is fine. It's a nice intimate setting, so that's perfect. Can't back up over there. So
You guys go over there.
so as Coach mentioned, you know, I've known him since he was about you guys' age, and you know, and he's come a long way as he mentioned. I've seen him develop from a middle schooler where I met him. I was his high school athletic director, and I was his collegiate athletic director for some time to help him move on to the next level. So I've seen a lot of basketball. I had a chance to, you know, I got here early enough to see you guys work out this morning. You know, and you guys are still developing. You guys are still developing, so that's good. So I'm glad that you're here. You know, but it's bigger than being here. It's bigger than just being here. How many? I know we got some basketball players here. How many scientists do we have in the room? Anybody strong in science? Who knows Newton's third law? Anybody? Newton's third law has to do with reaction. So what it says is that when two objects come together, right, they collide, they make an equal and opposite reaction. And what I mean by that is, you know, the work you put into basketball, the time you put in, the effort you make on your skills, on your drills, in the games, when you're tired, when you don't want to put up shots, you know, those are the times when, you know, you need to get out there and put up shots. Because basketball is a game of competition, right? So in competition, you got teams, you got two teams playing, only one team can win, right? Likewise, on a basketball team, there's competition. You're playing for spots. You guys look like you're about to be in middle school, maybe high school in a couple of years. You'll be fighting for spots. And so that competition is important. That time you put into your workout is important. So a couple things I want to talk to you about today, and they're all transferable skills. These skills are skills you can use on the basketball court, and they transfer right into the classroom. The first one is self-awareness, right? You need to know, you need to be aware of your skill level. You need to be aware of your shortcomings. You need to be aware of the time you put in. Why? Because it's a competition, right? On your team, people are fighting for spots. You need to be better than the next guy in order to get playing time. And so self-awareness is huge. Know what you need to work on. Talk to coaches. Get feedback, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is ownership. You know, once you're self-aware, you gotta own it. I need to work on my handle, right? I need to work on my jump shot. And then you gotta make a decision to put the time on. So you're self-aware now, right? And now you've owned where your game is. Now what do? Now it's time to prepare. You have coaches all around you. Everywhere you go, at school you got coaches, right? Youth league you got coaches. Summer league you got coaches. Talk to coaches. They've been around the block enough to be able to tell you what to do and point you in the right direction. So you need to prepare. That's part of the preparation process, right? And as I said, all of these skills are transferable. You prepare for a test. You prepare to get your jump shot where it needs to be so that you can get to the next level, all right? So we talked about being self-aware. We talked about ownership, about owning where your game is at the moment. We talked a little bit about preparation. And the last thing is non-negotiable. It's really non-negotiable. And that's effort. And I opened with a little bit of that, right? How much effort are you putting in? Like I said, I showed up a little bit early, so I saw you guys get up and down a little bit, right? Get shots up. I saw some guys dogging it. You know, you look like Coach when he was in middle school. But you gotta put the effort in. You gotta put the effort in. Same Newton's law. Whatever you put in, you getting out. And it hasn't lost yet. You know, that law hasn't lost yet. So we're talking now about effort, and I'll leave you with that. You know, I'll leave you with that piece of effort. You know, the effort that you make to get to practice, the effort that you make when you get to practice, going game speed when you're doing drills, paying attention to coach. That's an effort. That's a skill. Focus is a skill, transferable skill, right? So make sure that you're putting in the effort in all of these different areas, you know, and you'll be successful. Hard work pays off every single time. All right, guys? Again, I'm glad to be here. Happy to chat with you guys. Just wanted to impart on you a few words of wisdom. Again, all these skills are transferable. You can use them on the court. You can use them in the classroom. Fail-proof. Thanks for having me.
Number one, I'm just very grateful that you guys are able to kind of meet a mentor of mine, just because a lot of guys are hard on me always, and I'm always super hard on all you guys. I'm always constantly on you, but without also being constantly on you, I'm also showing you a lot of love. How many times am I hard on you, but how many times I'm like, hey, good layup, good move, good this, good that. You know, I'm always saying those type of things because I want to reinforce that good behavior, but also I want to let you know, hey, listen, when you're not doing what you need to do, get it together. And I only say that because I've been there, I've done it, I've seen it, and when I said I can see something in you, it's because I can, and I know. And all you have to do is do exactly what Coach Khari said, and that's put in that work, get that effort, because if the talent is there, and you do what you need to do, good things will happen. If you don't, that's what you got to get out of.